Volunteers Make the World Go Round, by Sandy Miller. Australia's largest annual celebration of volunteering, National Volunteer Week, shone a spotlight on the millions of volunteers making an extraordinary impact on our communities. Volunteers in Manningham and Nillumbik perform a critical role in keeping our society functioning, providing many of the services people rely on. Volunteering is no longer confined to traditional roles, but includes a wide range of activities that provide meaningful impact, whether it's helping a neighbour, supporting a local event, or contributing to environmental sustainability. Volunteers are not just the emergency services volunteers who keep us safe with the CFA, SES, St John Ambulance, Lifesaving Victoria, but also our wildlife carers and other animal welfare volunteers. Service organisations such as Lions, Rotary, Red Cross, churches, environmental groups, as well as in the arts, sports, disability services, aged care, migrant services, youth services, education, disaster relief, politics, health, and community services. Volunteering brings people together, strengthens local connections, and fosters stronger, more resilient communities. Volunteering empowers people to make a positive impact, and in return, volunteering provides a multitude of benefits for individuals, communities, and the nation. It is a uniquely good indicator of community well-being, as it captures social connectedness, physical and mental health, sense of purpose, and connection to place. In fact, volunteers often report a sense of belonging, improved mental health, and stronger social connections that reduce loneliness. Nillumbik Mayor John Jemerick said National Volunteer Week provided an opportunity to acknowledge the significant role volunteering plays in connecting our community.
Nillumbik has over 6,000 volunteers who make a difference in our community each and every day. Nillumbik is a more connected, vibrant place to be because of our volunteers. On behalf of Council, thank you for everything you do.
Councillor Jemerick said. Mark Pearce, CEO of Volunteering Australia, says National Volunteer Week highlights the integral role volunteers play in cohesive and inclusive communities, a quality essential to strong Australian communities, both now and in the future.
In a year marked by natural disasters, rising cost of living pressures and growing social challenges, the role of volunteers has never been more important. Across Australia, volunteers have stepped up in countless ways, offering critical support during emergencies, helping people access food and essential services, strengthening community connections, and supporting local events. Volunteers are the heart of our communities, and their contributions are vital in times of need. While volunteers' contributions uplift others, volunteering also has a profound impact on the volunteers themselves, fostering lasting relationships, community engagement, and a feeling of belonging in an increasingly complex world,
says Mr. Pearce. The scale of volunteer involvement in Australia is substantial. Around 6 million people volunteer through organisations across the nation. Millions more volunteer informally in their local communities, helping neighbours and strangers, especially in times of crisis and adversity. In fact, many people do both, and in 2022, over half the population, 57%, had undertaken either informal or formal volunteering. These figures highlight the immense value of volunteering in strengthening local connections and supporting communities. The evolving landscape of volunteering shows that people are increasingly seeking flexible opportunities to contribute their time, knowledge, and experience.
The latest figures demonstrate that volunteering is essential to the fabric of Australian society, not just in economic terms, but also in its ability to connect people from diverse backgrounds and build social resilience during challenging times, including natural disasters and rising living costs. At its core, volunteering is about people doing things for others, for their communities, and for the nation. Volunteering is much more than just offering help. It's about building connections, sharing knowledge, and creating spaces for people to belong. As volunteering continues to evolve, it is essential that we recognise and support new ways of giving, ensuring that everyone feels welcome and included in shaping a better future for all,
said Mr. Pearce. Despite the growing volunteer spirit, participation barriers remain, with research showing that common reasons for Australians not volunteering include lack of time due to work or study, family commitments, health issues, not being asked, and uncertainty about how to get involved. This highlights the vital importance of National Volunteer Week as a call to action for everyone to help shape Australia's future through volunteering.
Regardless of age, background or ability, everyone can volunteer. In times of crisis and uncertainty, we are reminded of the power of connection and collective action. This National Volunteer Week, let's come together to recognise their incredible contributions and inspire even more people to step forward and make a difference,
said Mr Pearce. During Volunteer Week, Nillumbik Council hosted a volunteer recognition evening to say thank you and to recognise the dedication, generosity and passion of volunteers in the Shire. Those inspired to try volunteering are encouraged to visit govolunteer.com.au, or to find out more about volunteering in Nillumbik, visit nillumbik.vic.gov.au/volunteering. For Manningham residents, go to manningham.vic.gov.au/how-volunteer-your-community.